In this video, we explore the top 10 U.S. cities where being black means facing double standards. In 1968, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was shot in Memphis while fighting for equal pay for black workers. More than 50 years later, in cities across the U.S., many black people still face unfair treatment in jobs, housing, education, and even basic safety. Places like New York City, Chicago, Los Angeles, Atlanta, Washington, D.C., Houston, St. Louis, Minneapolis, New Orleans, and Detroit all have deep black history, but they also show signs of deep double standards. From being followed in stores to unfair traffic stops to less access to health care, these double standards are still very real. And each of these cities tells its own powerful story and what that means for daily life. Stick around as we break down each city and uncover what's really going on. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss more videos like this. 1. New York City. New York is one of the most diverse cities in the world. But for black people, it often feels like two different cities. In wealthy parts of Manhattan, black professionals are often questioned or watched more closely. In poorer neighborhoods like the Bronx or parts of Brooklyn, police stops are much higher, especially for black teens. Black families in NYC are more likely to face issues with school funding, rent increases, and even hospital care. And despite all the talk about equality, the income gap between black and white families is one of the widest in the country. 2. Chicago. Chicago has a strong black culture, from jazz to food to politics. But it's also a city divided. The South and West Sides, where many black families live, get fewer resources. Schools in those areas often lack books, updated classrooms, and good internet. Meanwhile, other parts of the city are growing fast. Black people in Chicago are more likely to face job discrimination and harsh police treatment. In fact, a 2020 report showed that black drivers were searched 7 times more than white drivers, even though white drivers had more illegal items on average. 3. Los Angeles. Hollywood may be here, but black lives in LA often face a different script. Many black people here deal with unfair traffic stops, higher arrest rates, and housing struggles. South LA, once a strong black community, is losing families due to gentrification. Rising rents push people out, while new businesses move in. Jobs in tech and media often go to others, while black workers are left behind. Even the entertainment industry, which shows black stories, often doesn't hire enough black creators behind the scenes. 4. Atlanta. Atlanta is known as a black success city, with black mayors, business owners, and celebrities. But even here, there are big gaps. Black workers earn less than white workers in the same jobs. Schools in mostly black neighborhoods get less funding. Some areas are getting more expensive, forcing black families to move further out. And while the city celebrates black excellence, many still face racial profiling, both from police and even in stores or restaurants. It's a city of progress, but also one of clear double standards. 5. Washington. The nation's capital has a long black history. It was once called Chocolate City, but today, black people are getting pushed out of the city center. Gentrification is changing the face of D.C. and making it harder for longtime black residents to afford rent. Many black people face trouble getting loans, buying homes, or staying in the neighborhoods they grew up in. Schools in black areas still get less help, and even though black people work hard here, they're underrepresented in high-paying federal jobs. 6. Houston. Houston is one of the most diverse cities in America. But that doesn't mean it's fair. Many black neighborhoods still face higher flood risks and worse public services. After Hurricane Harvey, black and poor families got less help, and waited longer for repairs. Black students in Houston often go to underfunded schools. The police stop and search black drivers more often than others. And although Houston is growing fast in jobs, black workers often don't get the same chances for promotions or pay. 7th Street, Louis. In St. Louis, the 2014 killing of Michael Brown in nearby Ferguson brought attention to long-standing problems. Many black families here live in areas with poor schools, old buildings, and little investment. Meanwhile, mostly white areas have better services and safer streets. Black drivers here are stopped by police more than any other group. Court records have shown that black people are fined more often for small things like expired tags or parking. The difference in treatment is clear and still growing. 8. Minneapolis. Minneapolis made global news after the killing of George Floyd in 2020. It opened the world's eyes, but for black people living there, the unfair treatment isn't new. The city has some of the worst gaps in the country between black and white families when it comes to home ownership, income, and health. Black children in schools here face higher suspension rates, and police stops are far more common for black people, even in quiet neighborhoods. Behind its calm image, the city has deep racial problems. 9. New Orleans. New Orleans is full of black culture, music, food, and strength. But Hurricane Katrina showed how black people often get left behind. Many black families lost their homes and never returned. Even now, black neighborhoods flood more often, get less city help, and have higher poverty rates. Tourists enjoy the culture, but local black workers often get low pay and little respect. Crime is high in some areas, but investment goes mostly to rich parts of the city. The spirit is strong, but the support isn't equal. 10. Detroit. Detroit is a black-majority city with a rich history of music and labor movements. But it's also a city hit hard by job loss, high water bills, and public school issues. Many black families face high housing costs despite low wages. Water shutoffs hit mostly black neighborhoods. And while downtown is getting fancy new stores and stadiums, many black areas are left behind. Black people in Detroit have to fight harder for health care, clean water, and even good internet service. The divide is wide, even in a city that's mostly black. Every city on this list has a proud black history. But too often, that pride is matched with struggle. Whether it's unfair treatment by police, unequal schools, or housing problems, black people in America still deal with double standards every day. These cities aren't just places. They're examples of how far we still have to go. Talking about these problems is one way to push for change. And change only comes when we keep watching, speaking up, and standing together. If this video taught you something, give it a like and share it with someone who needs to hear it. Drop a comment and let us know what city you think should have made the list. And don't forget to subscribe. We've got more real talk coming soon.